Let's roll, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a really great something to smile about Saturday for you guys today. As the tech caption says, what I do is who I am. Is what you do. Does it say who you are, guys? I'm telling you, you'll never hit your target if you're firing all over the pace. Right? Mr. Ziegler said that you'll never make it as a wandering generality. You've got to become a meaningful specific. So today we're going to be talking about stop scattering your shots and focus your aim. And what you do is a direct reflection of who you are, guys. And that's what we're going to be talking about today on how living with focus gives you something to smile about. So thank you guys for joining me. Appreciate you being on here. You guys know that this whole thing, it's all powered by this guy right here, legendary speaker and trainer motivator, Mr. Zig Ziglar, and his proud son, Tom Ziglar, right? He is definitely the author of the foundational program, Choose to Win, that we start all the cool kids on here in the Fun Life community. So I'm excited. I'm super pumped. I'm super excited that you guys have landed here on the Childlike Faith podcast. It's the podcast for all of you Christian entrepreneurs who want to grow and scale your business to be able to achieve the financial freedom you're looking for without having to sacrifice your time, your family, your faith, or your joy, guys. So I'm excited to have you on here and be with us today because on Something to Smile About Saturday, it's coming straight out of the book by the same title, Something to Smile About, by, you guessed it, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Zig Ziglar. Matter of fact, the story, it's a really simple read. It talks about what I do is who I am. It said several years ago, I heard about an ad placed in a sports magazine advising hunters how not to scatter their shots. The ad said, for $1, we'll give you that information. Many people sent their dollar. And the advice was, get this, you ready? It says, just use one shot. Although the ad was deceptive, and I'm certain many of the respondents were irritated at being taken in, the advice was good, right? Just use one shot. That's a classic example of someone who did not scatter their shots. And his name was Chris Schenkel. Schenkel has been one of the most enduring sportcasters in history. For more than 4 decades, he has been frequently identified as the good guy of sports. Schenkel is not putting on an act when he is identified as the good guy who looks for the good in others. Despite some criticism for being too liberal with praise and not critical for judgmental enough, Schenkel declares, what I do is who I am. His dream to be a broadcaster started back in the 1930s. He listened to baseball games on the radio and studied the broadcaster style. His dad purchased an early audio disc recorder for him. Chris recorded the games and practiced mimicking the announcer. When he was a freshman at Purdue University, Chris took a summer job at WLBC in Muncie, Indiana for $18 a week, guys. In 1952, he began as a substitute announcer for ABC fights on the radio. Later, he was a substitute announcer for the New York Giants football games and on TV. His goal was always to be the best he could be, using the abilities and being himself. Today, or at the time of the writing of this book, was one of the most respected broadcasters in America, and he achieved that status by understanding who he was. He was a good finder. He was able to concentrate on his efforts and not scatter his shots. The message is clear. What you do is who you are. Little side notes right here. It says, no one appreciates the value of constructive criticism more than the one who is giving it. And it said, be yourself. You will make a lousy anybody else, but nobody else can be as good as you are at being you. Guys, I don't think it needs any further explanation, but you know what? Let's get into it, right? Because that's kind of how this whole thing works. You'll never make it as a wandering generality. You got to be the best you can. And so all you cool kids that are here on Saturday morning, thank you for joining us. It's your boy, JohnnyWan.com, with another episode of Something to Smile About Saturday. And today, guys, we're taking aim at an idea that's sharper than the bullseye on the playground of life. What I do is who I am. Now that I know, right? Now that I know that I get it. Here's Johnny Wan, right? Pedro, Johnny Wan. We do a lot of things, but here's the truth. You ready? When you do something with intentionality, with consistency and character, right? that's who you become. That is exactly who you become. Proverbs 23:7 says it this way: as a man thinketh in their heart, so is he. And as I'd say, as a man acts consistently in life, guess what? That becomes your legacy. And so there was this ad, right? We just read about it. There's this ad in the sports magazine that said, for $1, for a $1, un peso, un dollar, we'll tell you how not to scatter your shots. Just use one shot, baby. Now, I guess that's both frustrating and a little brilliant and kind of hilarious if you think about it. If you got your humor's a little kind of twisted like mine is. But here's the deeper truth. You ready? You ready over here? Don't waste your energy being everywhere and doing everything. Focus your life's shot. And so this reminds us of the story that we just read. He's a legendary broadcaster, right? Chris Schenkel. I may be mispronouncing his last name. But for over 40 years, he was known as the quote unquote good guy of sports, not because he was the loudest, not because he was the flashiest, but because he was consistent. He said, what I do is who I am. And guess what? He never scattered his shots. He stayed focused on excellence and kindness, guys, and that made him one of the best respected voices in sports history. And so your message today, it's really simple. Be you. Be yourself. You make a lousy black and white copy of somebody else, guys. You'll make a brilliant one-off color copy of yourself, right? That's who God designed you to be. Don't scatter your energy chasing every opportunity or reacting to every opinion, right? Focus your energy. That's what the story taught us. Refine your character and stay true to your calling, because when you do, right? When you do what you've been put on this earth to do, in a way that pleases our Creator, it aligns with who you, it aligns with who you are. And so you don't just win the game. You build a legacy that's worth smiling about. Guys, go ahead and smile. You guys know, you've heard me say this before. Smile so big you can eat a taco sideways. That's what we're talking about here in the Fun Life community. So here's the thing, right? Romans 12:6, it says, in his grace, God has given us different gifts for doing certain things well, right? And so stay in your gifting, stay in your skill set, stay in your talents, stay in your abilities, right? Sharpen your focus. Don't scatter your shots. And so Pedro, what do you got for us, right? Even on Saturday, we interrupt our regularly scheduled programs to bring you Pedro's Fun Fact, brought to you by the Cool Kids All Access Digital Pass, baby. Pedro says that, did you know that the original audio disc recorder Chris used back in the 1930s weighed over 20 pounds and could only record a few minutes at a time, guys? Imagine lugging that thing around just to follow your dream. But hey, you know what? It proves that greatness starts when you don't scatter. Greatness starts when you commit. Guys, listen, I'm telling you, go in there. We've got some cool stuff that'll help you start your greatness on the right path in the Cool Kids All Access Digital Vault. Go on there, check it out, funlifecoaching.com. I want your feedback. Let me know. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? What do we need to change? What do we need to add? I want your feedback. And so on this Saturday morning, we're trying to keep it short. Just ask yourself, what's one area of your life that you've been scattering? That you've been scattering your shots instead of focusing your aim? I mean, comment down below. I'm choosing to focus, or I will not scatter my shots anymore. Tag a friend. Tag somebody who needs to hear this message. And hey, listen, don't forget to share this episode with somebody who's ready to stop surviving and start smiling on purpose, right? On purpose, guys. Here's the thing, guys. For those of you that are just joining us live, or those of you that are watching us replay, just kind of catching the tail end of this, here's your key takeaways, right? We talked about why focus beats scattered effort, and how your actions shape your identity, how biblical principles help you for living out your calling here on this earth, right? Mr. Ziegler said it perfectly. He said, you'll never make it as a wandering generality. You'll be a lousy somebody else. You got to be a meaningful specific, right? Somebody that can only do the thing that you do in the way that you do it, right? That's been our prayer since about, what was it, 2 weeks now? Right? For the Solomon's prayer, right? Lord, allow me to do give me the wisdom, the courage, the confidence, and the conviction to do the thing that you placed me on this earth to do in a manner that pleases you and serves the people that you've given me to serve. Guys, when you stop scattering your shots and start focusing your aim, you unlock a life of purpose, of power, and of peace. And so on today's Something to Smile About Saturday, I want to reflect on the life of a legendary broadcaster who was able to embody that phrase right up there. What I do is who I am. And so if you didn't get a chance to watch it, go back to the beginning, watch it over again, share it to somebody. Go if you're listening to it on the podcast later on, or if you're seeing it on the YouTube channel. Hey, listen, go to johnnywan.com. Follow me on all the different platforms that are available out there, guys. I want you to be able to live your best and most fun and blessed life ever. And it happens by you deciding. It happens by you deciding that you're going to do this. It happens by you guys making up in your mind that you're going to be able to do this no matter what happens. Because here's the truth of the matter. You ready? All of this stuff that you're seeing, right? Zig Ziglar's autobiography, Selling 101, Choose to Win, right? That's the one that we start all the cool kids on. Even my one of my greatest accomplishments here, the Ziglar Master Coach certification, right? It's it's just proof that if you'll just double down and you'll bet on you, you'll invest in yourself. If you're willing to place that bet, if you're willing to bet on you, that is the greatest return on investment that you guys will ever get. So today, guys, listen, do yourself a favor and bet on you. Start to invest in yourself. Follow us, connect with us. If you're ready to take your life to the next level, hey, DM me the word next. DM me the word next, because I want to help you be more, do more, and have more in this playground called life, not just on Saturday. You guys know we're airing this as live. I recorded it on Thursday because we're down in San Antonio doing the speakers competition, the Speakers International Speaking Academy. But I wanted you guys to be able to have something that you could do, that you could implement, something that'll give you direction for your life. If you're tired of living the same life over and over again, right? The Groundhog's movie, without expecting different results, you can't. You've got to do something different. In order for you guys to have something you've never had, you're going to have to do something you've never done. And maybe it's just starting with the conversation. Go to johnnywan.com, go to funlifecoaching.com, go to book a call. I want to have a phone call with you. If you're tired, if you're struggling financially, if you're struggling in your career, if you're struggling in your marriage, if you're struggling in your spiritual life, guys, I want to help you. Because it's just a rewiring of your mindset. There's something that got off a while back, and we're going to be able to find that and help you get back on track to help you live your best, most fun, blessed life ever. Guys, the best part of your life hasn't even happened yet. And all I'm trying to do as a coach, as a mentor, as an encourager, right, is to help you be able to access that next level of your life, right? Allow that inner child to come out and play in this wonderful playground that we call life, guys. Hey, listen, thank you for joining me. Appreciate you being on here. Hey, listen, come back on Monday when we start we're down to less than 3 weeks. We're down to less than 3 weeks. We're going to start a new series to help you guys be more, do more, and have more fun, make more impact. And yeah, guess what? The money, it's coming, baby. But you've got to be the best you. Don't try to be somebody else. Be the best you. We have a whole program, a whole curriculum to help you do just that. If that's you, again, DM me the word next, and I hope you access that next level of your life. Hey, guys, thank you for joining us here in the Fun Life community. This is the Childlike Faith Podcast for all of you Christian entrepreneurs who want to grow and scale your business to achieve the financial freedom you're looking for without sacrificing your time, your family, your faith, or your joy. Hey, see you guys on Motivational Mindset Monday. Adios.